And we're here just a little bit early as we try to do a couple things simultaneously. So if you'll forgive us for that. They're here because of the Road Credit Union is, of course, been a great sponsor of both South Medford and North Medford High School with the Touchdown Club and also with the 3-Point Club. So today, out there, we are going to be watching them here momentarily as they get ready to present the checks to both of these squads. And that's what will be happening down below us. We'll do our very best to get you to hear that. Lots of noise back over on that other side, huh? Okay, we'll see how well we did this here. They're not quite ready to do the presentation yet. So there is that. If you'll, so we'll have to kind of. Come on. If you guys have ever dealt with a computer, you know how frustrating it can be when you ask your computer to do something and it just can't seem to get it done. And you wonder why. Shouldn't be that difficult. All right. Back we go to see if we can get this figured out here. I should have done this, of course, at home. You know that, don't you? Well, just because, of course, I thought it should be relatively simple to do, it proves not to be quite so easy. This is the Lithia Superstore game of the day. No matter what anybody tells you, that's what it is. And we do this in partnership with our local school districts. We're here at Lithia and Driveway Fields. We are here today for baseball action as we get ready to watch the inter-city rivalry between North Medford and South Medford high schools. And it doesn't make any difference how you do this. This is a I didn't do a thing that I wanted it to do, so we'll bag that idea. Well, I tell you what, in order to not have a bunch of silence here while we try to solve the great mysteries of life. We'll take a time out, and when we come back, it should be time for them to present the check. But we'll take a time out and find out here, and then we'll try to get you all the right information in order to get this game started the right way. You're listening to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day on TableRockSports.net.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
And I welcome you back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day. Let's try to get you all the right information, because that's maybe a little more important than what I'm doing. We do this, as we said, in partnership with our local school districts. We also want to say thank you to our local sponsors who make these live athletic streams possible, and ask that you support their businesses when you can. I'm Terry Ross, along with Mikhail, coming to you live from Lithia and Driveway Fields here in Medford, Oregon. This matchup, as we said, is between South Medford and North Medford, North Medford being the visiting team here. Coverage today is brought to you by Table Rock Sports, Oregon's leading provider of live high school athletic streams, through our Lithia Superstore Game Center at TableRockSports.net. And we'd like to welcome everyone who's watching today's broadcast. Our sponsors are the ones that keep these events free for fans to enjoy, so please let them know that you appreciate their support. And we also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'd like to say thank you to the over 4,500 fans who have already done that. The Abby's Pizza pregame show, they have locations to serve you throughout Southern Oregon. You can make Abby's Pizza your postgame stop with a menu that covers all your family favorites. Abby's is an Oregon postgame tradition since the 1970s. We'll see you after the game at Abby's. And I don't see anybody out there delivering money. Do you? No. And now we're getting ready for the national anthem. So, we're going to take another break here.
The home of your South Medford Panthers. This afternoon, the Panthers
I think.
take on crosstown
We can tell you this is an important game conference-wise for both of these ball clubs.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you from TableRockSports.net.
Here we go.
Joe Brett.
I'm going to hang my microphone out the window, and maybe we'll be able to pick this up good enough. Sometimes these things don't work, and sometimes they don't.
There is a special presentation that will be made to our partners from Rogue Credit Union. Joe, take it away.
Everybody hear me okay? There we are. Hey, really pleased to be here today, fans, to partner with Rogue Credit Union and the Medford School District in an ongoing fundraising effort in conjunction with TableRockSports.net and the A Sports Radio. We have a touchdown club, a three-point field goal club for basketball, and a strikeout club for baseball and softball that raises money for the school district through athletic achievement by our young men and women and our student athletes. Today we're here to present the check to the school district for the 3-point field goal club from the North and South Boys and Girls varsity teams for the last basketball season. I'm here with Fred Consella, the District 549C Athletic Director, and Benji Parkinson, our Community Outreach Director for Rogue Credit Union, and Jocelyn, who's here with us today. And we're really excited for Benji to be able to help the district with another contribution, thanks to our great 3-point shooters from the basketball season. Benji?
Hey, thanks, Joe. I look forward to every time we get to come out here and present more money to the district in support of the athletics that are going on around here. And they're doing some great work out here and on the field and off. But on behalf of Rogue Credit Union and our members, I want to present this check to you, Fred, and the school district for $1,600 for our 3-point club. That's some good money right there. They did a great job.
Hey, on behalf of the Medford School District, can we give these guys one more round of applause? Thank you. Possible, and enjoy your game.
And now, if you are able, please rise, gentlemen, remove your hats, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
And we'll welcome you back to the Abby's Pizza pregame show. And we'll take this quickly here. The North Medford comes into this game 11-8 overall. They are 7-5 in league play. Meanwhile, South Medford is 13-8 overall, 8-7 in conference play. As these are important games here. In fact, they got next week and 1 week after that to play some games, and then it's all over for everybody as we get started into the playoffs. So everybody needs to win games. Everybody needs to have it together, and it's that time of year. These two teams here, North Medford and South Medford, are in the middle of the pack as far as the conference is concerned, and they really are fighting for third place, essentially, even though Roseburg holds quite an advantage. For instance, Roseburg holds a 3-0 lead in terms of games over North Medford. Getting up there at the plate. And they're going to make me do this all the hard way again today, aren't they? There's strike one to Morgan. Strike two to Benny Morgan. So a quick 0-2 count. That one's outside. On the way inside, almost hit the bill of his helmet there that time. 2-2. There's a grounder out to first. It's going to be fumbled, and it's going to be fumbled twice. Roberts was over there. The first baseman, he couldn't grab it. Rutgers was right behind him, couldn't grab it. And Morgan is on base. I was going to say, that should go down as an error. Couple of them. Braden Poff at the plate. Poff wants to bunt, and he pops it up, foul. And an out at second base. Not sure why.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 14.
He got caught off base.
Brady Patterson.
Poff is on base, but Morgan's out at second. How does that work? It was a foul ball. Patterson, the catcher, at the plate. A throw over to first, and back is Poff. I have to see the replay on that. Oh, okay. McKell caught it here. I was watching the guy run down to the runner down to second base. He said the ball rolled back over into fair territory. There's another attempted bunt and a throw down to second. Got him again. Douglas throwing out the runners today. But anyway, on that first one, then what happened was it rolled back fair. By the time Morgan was sunk, he was not going to get there on time. A swing and a miss by Patterson, and we're at 0-1. Guess it was swing and a foul there. Yeah, that was really that's unusual. Usually you don't see that because usually they touch it in foul territory and it's all over. That one comes in high, 1-1. In fact, it's 1-2 is what they say. That misses 2-2. I was doing all that chattering. Why? Just one of the calls. There's the 2-2 from Healy and foul tipped. Foul tipped. Healy. I may have to go explain that to the official scorekeeper. They're in our booth, we can hear them next door debating. We may have to, on the break, go explain this to them. All right. We're still at 2-2 after that one was fouled off. And this one's also fouled off to the left side. Here's the 2-2. It's inside. 3-2. There's a line drive out to right field. That's going to get down. That's going to get all the way out to the wall. Rounding first and headed for second is Patterson. He'll steam in there with a stand-up double.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 8, Quincy Ballard.
And Quincy Ballard will step to the plate. I got a courtesy runner out there for Patterson, the catcher. So Ballard, let's see what he gets done. There's ball one. Inside, ball two. That was pretty close that time. Two and 0. That one's outside. 3-0. And Ely finding the plate just a little bit elusive here. He tries to get a third out. There's strike one. Long look there. Still looking. Now we're going to call time. We'll do it again. 3-1 pitch. Strike two. For those of you that listen to me talk about this, you know this. Do not walk towards first base on a 3-1 count. That's an automatic strike for whatever reason. There's ball four.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 9, Kay Patterson.
Kane Patterson. There's a throw to second, getting back. There's Patterson at the plate, and Patterson out on the second base. I should keep this confused for a second. And Patterson is hit. That'll load the bases. And get as quickly. To Thompson, who wants to.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 11, Reese Thompson.
Reese Thompson. Talking to his coach. Now you got two out and the bases loaded. And while it's wonderful to have the bases loaded with two outs, your options are a little more limited. Since South Medford can go any direction and get it out. Here's the first pitch. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Way high. 1-2. Thompson looking to drive it somewhere. Either just looking for a strike here. And there's one right to first base, handled by Robertson, and that will be it. Well, no runs on the scoreboard, on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott, they have offices at Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day here on TableRockSports.net. Out on the mound for North Medford. Now, we don't have a name yet, so we'll wait on that. Meanwhile, South Medford will be sending up Painter, Douglas, and Lewis to get things started. As we said, both of these clubs could really use a win here because they're right in the middle of the pack. South Medford's in a little better situation than North Medford, since Roseburg has been dumped back now by Willamette and Sheldon, just running away with things, if you will. I mean, those two ball clubs are just scorching red hot right now. And fix my iPad so I can do two things at the same time, if you don't mind. Keegan Painter at the plate. And he'll take ball one. Poff is out on the mound for North Medford. And Poff comes with the 0-1. It's outside, 2-0. Guess we should clear the bases, huh? Sure, South Medford would like to start with them loaded, but that's not going to be allowed today. Outside, 3-0. But South Medford is at least chasing Roseburg to some extent. I believe Roseburg still holds the advantage over South Medford, but in terms of games won and lost in head-to-head, there's strike one. But they're in a little better situation than North Medford is. That one's foul. We'll go 3-2. Actually, South Medford, when it comes to the playoff rankings, is in a lot more solid position than North Medford is at the moment. A lot can happen here. We don't have long to go in this season. Swing and a miss, and Painter becomes out number one and strikeout number one. Easton Douglas, the catcher. Off as Douglas turns to bunt, pulls it back, and gets ball one. That's out to center field, but that's going to hang up. And getting under that pretty easily is Pedersen.
The Panthers, number 5, Jacob Lewis.
Jacob Lewis, center fielder. We'll see if he can't get something started for the Panthers. Find themselves with 2 quick outs. Strike 1. That's outside. 1-1. That's ball 2. Outside. 3-1. Hoff finding himself in a situation where he may have to come in to Lewis. He does, and Lewis will pop it up, being chased by Ballard, and Ballard, the first baseman, will catch it, and that will end the inning. We head to the, I didn't move my thing. We head to the top of the second now, though. No score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott, they have offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning
Colston Stoller at the plate. That's going to be a base hit out to left field. Well, we're 0 for 2 here on what I'm trying to do, so we'll back out of that. I got one on, and there's a bunt that's put down. Stoller's going to get to second base. They're going to get thrown away as Johansson rounds first, and he stands at second, and he got second and third. Tyson Scheid. Tyson Scheid, not Tyson, Kyson. Swing and a miss by Scheid. Second and third, nobody out now. Jonathan is out at second base. Stoller standing down at third. Say it's 2 hits. Still only 1 error on the Panthers. And that's outside. 1-1. Oh, here they've got it as a second error on South Medford. Pop this one up. Douglas giving chase, not going to get there. That one ends up in the stands, 1 and 2. Shide. Inside. That was close. 2 and 2. As close to hitting him is what it was. The 2-2 is outside. 3 and 2. All of a sudden, South Medford looking at maybe being in a bit of a problem here. Is Ely not necessarily finding the plate. This one's popped out of play. Out of play again. Still 3 and 2. They was watching the umpire do the strikes and balls and whatnot. The history of that, in brief, is that they did that way back when baseball was just beginning. Here's the 3-2. That's lined right to the shortstop, who steps on first, fires to second, and then fires over to first. Painter, they say they didn't get it there, and a run scores.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 1, Benny Morgan.
So that has to be a hit for, or a fielder's choice, I guess, for Scheid. See what they call here. He reached on an. He didn't reach on air. Morgan scored, and now South Medford wants to talk things over for just a moment here. They're calling that an error, which would be the third one on North Medford. Seems to me that's a pretty tough error right there. Fans, our sponsors make it possible to bring you our winter sports coverage. Thank you to General Manager Justin Lombardi and our title sponsor again in 2026, the Lithia Superstore on Highway 62. They are your home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles and trucks. Everybody says there are no outs, but there should be at least one, because Painter stepped on second and got at least one of those. They had bases loaded there for a little bit. There should be at least one out. We do have strike 1 to Morgan, though. Morgan's 0 for 1. There's a throwback, and that's going to get past to Roberts. And that'll allow the run to score as Johansson scores. We'll just clear this, and you have a runner Scheid down at second base. So Robertson unable to come up with the throw. That's going to be the 4th error if we And there's going to be all the way down the left field line. It bounces off of the wall. One run will score. A shine is in. And standing at second base is Morgan.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 2, Braden Poff.
Poff, the pitcher, is feeling pretty good about this now as he all of a sudden has a 3-run lead. I'm still trying to figure out how come we have no outs. I'll take mine away. I thought for sure I saw an out. There's ball 1. Takes strike 1. 1-1. Anyway, so they had a deaf outfielder. I think he was playing center field at the time. So he obviously couldn't hardly see the plate, and he didn't hear the ball. There's a line drive. It's going to get down out to right field. No, getting over there nicely is Clark. And that'll get everybody back.
Number 14, Brady Patterson.
And Patterson. Or Morgan actually will move over to third base. And we finally have it out. Patterson. See if you can keep things going here. And he will not. Rutgers takes that one right out of the air. 2 away.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 8, Quincy Ballard.
Ballard, who is walked his first time up. There's a swing and a miss. So that's how the strike thing got started. They started doing strikes so he knew and then they hold the fingers up to do the count. That one's outside. 1-1. So that's kind of the history there. It's weird that some of this sports stuff started off like that. The shot clock in the NBA. All it was is back in the late 50s, there's one's fouled out of play. We'll go 1-2 now. They back in the late, I can't remember, it was the late 50s, early 60s, the game was getting really slowed down at the NBA level. I mean, they're having scores of 51-50, and they were playing 12-minute quarters, even back then. And so they had to do something. So they devised the shot clock, which has been around at the NBA level for a long time. There's a one-hopper. That's going to get out to right field. That scores another run. Is coming in as Morgan. And standing down at first base is Ballard.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 9, Kay Peterson.
Peterson. The pitcher, or not the pitcher. Peterson, the center fielder. Up there with 2 away. So they asked this guy to figure out, if they're going to do a shot clock, how many seconds they should have. There's a bouncer right to Rutgers, who fires over to first. That's the end of the inning. We will wait on our story and talk about it later as we'll go to the bottom of the second. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's North Medford 4, South Medford nothing. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
it takes meticulous planning. Continuous monitoring. And forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
It's the bottom of the second on the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. And leading things off for South Medford is Jedediah Robertson, the first baseman. That's ball one. Poff now with a big 4-0 lead. I just kind of relax and throw some strikes, which of course he's ignoring my advice as he throws ball two. There's strike one. 2-1. Robertson wants to know where that one was at. No ABS here, though. Forget challenging it. There's a shot that's going to get out to center field, and Robertson will be at first base with nobody out for the South Medford Panthers. Dalton Rutgers. Dalton Rutgers, his first at bat. He's got one on. See if he can move him around. Poff takes a look over there at Robertson. And then throws ball one. Getting a long look, but finally delivers. Fouled out of play down the right field line. We'll go 1-1. So anyway, this guy gets it. He figures out that there's this many seconds in the game. There's this many shots in the game. He didn't count makes. Just took all of them. Misses, makes, whatever. Averaged it out and said it takes about 24 seconds then for a team to shoot the ball. There's strike two, which is how you have 24 seconds in the NBA clock. That stood for like 50-some years now. 60-some years, whatever it is. It's just a crazy amount of time. Never did fix it. Just said, that's good. And away they went. Over to second. Got one. They're not going to get second, though. Thompson grabbed it, got it over to Scheid, but they could not get the double play. One away. Randy Patrick. There's a throw over. Rutgers is or Roberts, I guess it's over there. I think we're a little behind here. There's strike one. Now look at Patrick at the plate. Now they finally catch up. In the hole, 0-1 is Patrick as he looks to move. There's a throw over. Wants to move Robertson or Rutgers along. Robertson got eliminated on the front end of the last play. You know, Poff takes his long time out there. There's a throw back to first. Safe. That's an 0-2 count. Patterson firing that one down quickly to first base, hoping to catch Rutgers, but Rutgers got back. Outside. 1-2. There's a line drive, and they're going to get the double play. A line drive right to Scheid, and he fires it over to Ballard, and they double up Rutgers. That gets us to the top of the 3, as we do on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It's still a 4-run lead for North Medford. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Super.
Top of 3 on the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. Inter-city rivalry today. North Medford taking on South Medford. North Medford with the 4-0 lead on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Thompson leads things off for the Black Tornado, sending it foul. Another splendid day here in the Rogue Valley, and for those of you that live in the Rogue Valley and are listening to this, you know that, but for our other friends around the state, I think that was, strike 2, foul tip. Douglas wanted to go out to his pitcher. The umpire says, no, thank you. I'll walk it out there instead. They keep threatening us with rain. Like, supposed to get a little rain. Got a chance of rain. Then the skies clear off and it gets up into the 70s. So we're really not complaining. Believe me, we're grateful for the weather. That's outside. 1-2. Except when it gets so hot that it turns our computer off, then we're not so happy. And there's a line drive that gets out to center field. And at first base will be Thompson.
Now batting to the Black
Stoller.
Number 13, Colston Stoller.
He's 1 for 1. A single back in the first inning. He's scored a run also, though. I don't think he has an RBI. No RBI, but he has scored. Push down a bunt. Foul. One thing we notice about Coach Wolf is he likes to play small ball. A lot of bunting. A lot of movement. Keep the bases moving there. Players are stealing a lot, or at least attempting. Douglas has done a good job today of throwing him out. There's a throw over to first, but getting back is going to be Thompson. Stoller pulls it back. Ball 2. Or ball 1, make it 1-1. Today, though, here at Harry and David Field, Mikhail and I are not worrying about what the sun's going to do to us. We're in the press box, so there's a throw over, and back again is Thompson. That's inside. 2-1. And forward, it's not a bad crowd here today. Pretty good. Considering both teams are local. There's another bunt that's going to go foul. 2-2. Robertson this time made sure it stayed foul. Stoller ready to look at the 2-2 pitch. Healy delivers foul. Still 2-2. And nobody out. We played 2 quick innings and slowed the pace down considerably. It's up to, nope. Going to be actually grabbed by Rutgers, the second baseman.
Checking in on girls softball at the top of the 5th, the Black Tornado lead the Panthers 2-0.
So did you get that? North Medford softball playing South Medford 2-0. They're in the top of the 5th. South Medford's on an 11-game winning, or not South, but North Medford's on an 11-game winning streak. They reached the finals last year of the 6A softball championship, but there's one out to center, left field, make it, and coming in for that one is Clark. And will chase Thompson back. 2 away.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 5, Tyson Scheid.
But they couldn't hold on to the lead they had in that championship game and ended up losing it. But everybody suspects they have a really good chance of getting back to that championship game. And they're just on a roll right now. If they were to hold on and win this game against South Medford, that would be 12 in a row. Outside, ball 1.
Gentlemen over on the grass, we ask you not to swing on the trees. You're more than welcome to run around, but please leave the trees alone.
Couple of would-be swingers told not to be swingers. Outside. 2-0. Scheid with 2 outs, wanting to move Thompson along. Strike 1. That's out to right field, but right at Clark. And that will do that. We head to the bottom of 3 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It's 4-0 in favor of North Medford. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. That might be my fault. Maybe I didn't restart it. We're back. We're back in the top of the fourth inning here on the Lithia Superstore. Game of the day. 4-0 lead still for North Medford as they lead off here. There's a foul by Morgan. 0-1. Morgan's 1 for 2. He's had a double. Ooh, that almost got him. And to duck down on that one. 1-1. I get 2-1. But Morgan with a double. He has an RBI. He's touched the plate. That's outside. 3-1. We'll get a chance. We'll use Game Changer to chase down a couple more scores for you. There's a one-hopper that Painter does not handle. And standing over at first base is Morgan. That one might go down as a hit. Here on the scoreboard instantly. That's the way they did it. Let me get up to this scoreboard and see what they decide. Sometimes the scoreboard at the park and the other one, Game Changer, aren't necessarily in unison. Long discussion about whether that's an error or a hit. I would think it would be a hit. It is a hit. That would make sense to me. Poff at the plate. He's 0 for 2. There's a throw over. Morgan's back. So 6 hits for North Medford. Only 1 for South. An attempted bunt, throw back to first. Nope, Morgan's back. And it's 0-1. There's a bunt that's down. They're going to have to go to first base. They do. And gets Morgan over to second with 1 away.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 14, Brady Patterson.
Patterson. The lefty will see if he can't drive one somewhere to get Morgan in. As the sacrifice by Poff is successful. He said Coach Wolf likes the small ball. There's outside. They're going to throw it back. That's going to get all the way into center field, but Morgan didn't see it on time. Otherwise, he had third base pretty easily, but he didn't see it on time. Outside. 1-1. Strike 2 called. There's a little pop-up at Painter back on that one. And there'll be 2 away.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 8, Quincy Ballard.
Ballard. 1 for 1. One for 1. And that's going to be a diving stop by Robinson, but they're not going to get him. Yes, they do get him. Scooping that up with Healy. Amazing scoop that time. We head to the bottom 4. It's still a 4-0 lead for North Medford on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with real estate offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford has a large selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. We make it easy to drive home in the new vehicle of your dreams. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. We were talking about rankings a little bit during the pregame show, and that maybe South Medford was a little more solid as Easton Douglas gets ready to step in for South Medford. A little more solid than North Medford, but look at the rankings, maybe not quite as much as I was thinking. South Medford's ranked 19th. North Medford is ranked 26th. A win here today would, of course, help that situation a little bit for North Medford, and would certainly hurt South Medford's ranking. I don't know if it would change things by much, as a strike 2 called on Douglas, who is 0 for 1. And that's in. That'll drop in front of Stoller. We'll get it back in, and it's a leadoff single for Douglas. Lewis, 0 for 1. Looking for a hit somewhere for his South Medford Panthers. South Medford Panthers, they certainly do not want to be Black Tornado. Not today. Outside. Ball 1. These two teams will meet again on Saturday, though, for a doubleheader. Table Rock Sports will be there for the first one. That gets away just momentarily from Patterson, going down to second. Safe is Douglas. As ball 2's Patterson had that one get away from him. It was way down, the pitch was down in the dirt. Lewis steps back in. He has a 2-0 count now. A little bit in his favor. Inside. Definitely in his favor. 3-0. Strike 1. Honestly, Lewis wasn't offering it that one. He was just going to look at that pitch no matter what. There, Puff goes to second base. Nope. Douglas is back. Douglas wasn't really that far off base. He got back standing up. There's a grounder. That's going to get out to left field and having to stop at third base. It was Douglas.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 9, J.D. Robertson.
But it's first and third. And nobody out for South Medford. Robertson. What do we got going? We have the North Medford coach, Brett Wolf, on his way out there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So,
the Medford School District,
right now,
the Panther Spirit Shop is
a little bit of a conversation. Fans Road Credit Union is proud to partner with the Medford School District each year to bring you the touchdown, 3-point field goal, and strikeout clubs, which raise money for North and South Medford athletics. I'd also like to say thank you to Steve Vincent and Avista Utilities in Southern Oregon for over 15 years of sponsorship to support our live streaming coverage. And maybe while we're at it here, we'll throw in we don't normally do these guys, Medford Parks and Recreation. I'm assuming that the spring activities guide is out now, even though my copy says fall. But the spring activities guide is out now with sports leagues, classes, and activities for all. You visit playmedford.com to learn more. Robertson, who's 1 for 1. Looks at ball 1. Has one, just has a single. Sends this one out of play. 1-1. Long look by Poff. Ball 2. 2-1. Poff again, long stare. Finally delivers. 3-1. Put North Medford in a tough spot. If Robertson was able to work for a walk here, I'd load the bases and nobody out. Robertson may get a pretty good one to hit here, too. Hey, you got one. Sending it out to center field. Backing up is Pedersen. Pedersen has it, but that's going to allow Douglas to score. And it'll send Lewis back to first base.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 1, Dalton Rutgers.
1 on now with 1 away. Rutgers 0 for 1. Strike 1. Strike 2. Only 1 strikeout for Puff so far in the game. Walk 2. Pretty clean pitching, not necessarily strikeout heavy, but 2 walks is pretty clean pitching. And misses outside, 1-2. Rutgers looks at ball 2. That was close from our vantage point. Ball 3. 3-2. Rutgers trying to figure out a way on base. Poff would like to keep him off the bases. There's a grounder right to Morgan. He'll go to Scheid. Over to first, and Ballard got him. Double play. To the top of 5 we go. It's a 4-1 lead now for North Medford on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
It's the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. We are in the top of the 5th. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for North Medford. And 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for South Medford. Pedersen swings and misses at the next one. Tried to bunt the first one, missed that one. Now he finds himself down 0-2. And there's ball 1. And ball 2. Ooh, that one hit. No. They're going to say it's off the bat, and that's a foul ball, strike 3. As that went off the bat of Pedersen, which it probably did, by the way, it caromed. And the sound up here sounded like it hit. Didn't sound like it hit. If it was an elbow that sounded like that, it should be a broken one by now. But no, it was off the bat. So that was a good call. Thompson takes ball 1. And ball 2. There's strike 1. Fouled away. 2-2. The glass you heard breaking was Mikhail's window. No. He probably agreed with me. He parked so far away that the ball would never get there. 3-2. One of the things you learn about the ballpark. Park far, far away from where the foul ball is going. And a swing and a miss. 2 away.
Now batting to the Black Tornado, number 13, Colston Stoller.
Stoller up there. That would be the third strikeout for Ely. And Stoller will send the first one foul. Out to Painter, scoops it up over to Robertson, heading over. Bottom of 5 is where we're going. It's a 4-1 lead for the North Medford Black Tornado. On the John L. Scott scoreboard, John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Bottom of 5.
Number 3, Randy Patrick.
And Patrick will lead things off for South Medford. Patrick pulls it back, ball 1. And ball 2. 2-0. Strike 1. Strike 2. Wow, I was right on the outside corner. It's about as far as outside you can go and still be in the strike zone. Patrick walking around thinking about that one for a moment. That one misses. 3-2. And that one hit Patrick and not the bat.
Now batting to Panthers, number 2, Max Ely.
Oh, that one almost sounded like it hit the bat. Ely at the plate. He's walked once. That's it for the day. Once again, South Medford has some runners to work with. Throw over, but getting back is Patrick. Ely, the bunt. Oh. We'll go over to first instead. Patrick will make it back again. Strike one. He gets back in there after getting the sign from his coach. Hoff settles in. Now he's going to score around. Ely will score around the bunt, pulls it back, throw it down to first. No. Patrick in under the tag. 1-1. Again, squares around. This time misses it. 1-2. Nobody out, one on. Patrick over at first. Strike three called. Now there's an out.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Cole Johannes.
Johannes gets up there. He walked. That's the extent of things for him. And that's on a hit and run. That's going to get out to right field. And getting out there to get it is Jonathan. And Jonathan gets it back in. Patrick has to run back to first base. There's two away. They tried some hit and run. That looked for a moment like it had a chance for the gap, but it wasn't to be. Grady Clark. 0 for 1. And ball one. Strike one, two. So 1-1 count now. Grady Clark trying to do something to move Patrick along. Poff has thrown 71 pitches so far. And there's a line drive. That's going to get out into left field, but not far enough for Patrick to advance beyond second base. But it does give the Panthers first and second with two away, and Keegan Painter at the plate. 0 for 2. One of those 0 for 2s is a strikeout. Now we're going to have a conversation again. Guess I don't want that to do that. Let's check out some other scores if we could. In softball, Grants Pass defeated South Eugene 22-0. In baseball, Grants Pass leads South Eugene 10-8. And that's in the top of the fifth. They just announced that the North Medford softball team defeated South Medford. Well, Painter gets back up there. Yeah, has a 1-0 count. There's a little check swing that goes right down to first base to get it over there on time. Ballard handles it, and they get it over to Poff on time. Now will retire the side to the top of 6. North Medford holds on to their 4-1 lead over South Medford on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Welcome back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Day. And on TableRockSports.net, the other big game that's going on is Roseburg leads Willamette 4-3 in the top of the 7th. That would be a big win for everybody. We start the top of 6. With Johannes at the plate. He sends one out to center field, backing up just a little bit is Lewis. And there's one away. If Roseburg could hold on to win that game, that would. Sheldon's already in first place based on just number of games played, but certainly help Sheldon's case up there. But help everybody else's too. There's a bunt that's foul. Scheid trying to put one down to start his at-bat, but couldn't get it down. Willamette was running away with the conference, but it doesn't look like maybe they're going to be able to do that as easily as one would have thought. This one's up. Somebody's calling for it finally. Ooh, Brady Clark finally gets over there and makes the catch. Interesting thing about that Sheldon-Willamette race is the only way Sheldon can win the conference is to end up with more wins than Willamette, because they already lost 3 to Willamette to start the season. And with 2 away, Morgan slams this one into left field. He's around first. He's headed into second base, and he'll be there standing up with 2 away. Poff. See if he can't help his own cause here. Ely's throwing 92 pitches to this point. There's strike 1. I don't know if they have him on a 100-pitch count, on a more or less 100 pitch, or where that's at. Inside. 1-1. Outside. 2-1. Two outs. Morgan down at second base. Puff. Waiting, says, no, forget it. Ely took too much time for Puff. There's one that gets out to left field. Coming around and scoring is going to be Morgan. The throw to the plate, not in time. He gets away from Douglas, and down to second base is Puff. And probably got far enough, realistically. Could have made it to third, but it's quite all right. You don't need that one. 5-1.
Adding to the Black Tornado, number 14, Brady
Patterson. See if he can't add to this. He's 1 for 3. Had a double. Swing and a miss by Patterson. 0-1. The old one's outside, 1-1. Threatened to throw down to second, but Puff was already on his way back, stumbling somewhat to the bag. The 1-1 pitch from Ely. Maybe. Is going to be right to Painter. Painter over to first. And that will end the inning. Oh, another run in for North Medford as we head to the bottom of 6. It's now 5-1 lead for North over South on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Offices in Medford, Ashland, Eugene.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents, community members, anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Table Rock Sports says thank you to Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less in Southern Oregon and helping us highlight our teams and student athletes. If you shop at Sherm's, they will save you money. Douglas leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Panthers. And now really needing runners and base runners to get around to score. There's strike 1. South Medford has managed 4 hits today. That's outside. It was really the 4 errors that ended up being their undoing. Inside. They just, to this point anyway, have not been able to overcome those 4 errors. Two and two. That one goes way upstairs. Oh, 3-1. Had it right in the first place in my head anyway. There's ball 4.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 5, Jacob Lewis.
Lewis, who got the wrong lineup there. Might help a little bit. We get the right one. Lewis is 1 for 2. A single. That's right back to Puff, who throws it over to Scheid on to Ballard. No! Safe. They only get the 1.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 9, J.D. Robinson,
who is 1 for 1. A single.
Now running for the Panthers, number 16, Luke Nash.
So we have a pinch runner for South Medford, Luke Nash. Poff is at 80 pitches. I mean, he's been pretty efficient out there today. And pitch 81 is a strike. Swing and a miss by Robertson. 0-2. So these two teams will go at it again Saturday. I believe Mikhail will be there with me on Saturday. I think that's the plan. We'll do the first game of that doubleheader. That one's fouled back. I don't know. Does it start at noon? 1? Do you even know? I don't know. I don't know what time it starts either. Table Rock Sports website knows what time it starts. And trust me, by Saturday I will know what time it starts because our executive producer Joe Brett will make sure I know what time it starts. There's a throw down to first. Getting back though is Nash. He's outside, 1-2. I was outside with the idea that Patterson would send it down to first base. Outside. 2-2. Puff has only struck out 2. Swing and a miss. Let's make it 3.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 1, Dalton Rutgers.
3 strikeouts, 3 walks for Puff. Rutgers 0 for 2. Looking to do something. Strike 1. Rutgers looks at ball one. That's foul. 1-2. And now Rutgers is going to step out. They'll rethink this through. Nash, the courtesy runner, over at first. And gets past the diving Ballard out to right field, going all the way from first to third is Nash. And cutting it off is Thompson.
Now batting the Panthers, number 3, Randy Patrick.
Patrick. 0 for 1. Poff settles in. He's got first and third now. There's a foul back. That's sent out to left field, hooky, foul. Stoller was all over it. I don't know that he would have got, he wasn't going to get there if it was a foul ball, but if it had been a play ball, he would have been pretty close to it. He had pretty good range that time. 0-2. Strike 3. Called, and that'll end the inning. To the top of 7. It's a 5-1 game in favor of North Medford. On the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott with offices in Medford, Ashland, and Eugene.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning.
Back for the Lithia Superstore game of the day on TableRockSports.net. Top of 7. Ballard will lead it off. Well, the Panthers. Ballard takes strike 1. Guess that's for the Black Tornado. 1-2. Foul at the plate. In addition to being at the North-South game on Saturday, Mikkel and I will also do Grants Pass, South Eugene baseball Friday, and Grants Pass, and I believe it's Summit at 6:45, boys volleyball on Friday. I don't know why I have the feeling that game will not begin at 6:45, other than the fact that Summit is playing watch this pitch. There's a pop-up out to center field. Lewis is it's going to be Grady Clark who will actually take it for the second out.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 9, Kay Peterson.
Peterson. Pedersen, yes, it's actually Pedersen, not Peterson. Pedersen. Pedersen takes ball 1. Anyway, the Summit, who I believe is the 6:45 opponent, will go to 2-0, which is the game that Mikkel and I will cover. It's Summit's coming from Ashland. There's strike 1. They're coming from Ashland after they play a 5 o'clock game. I don't know how you get there by 6:45. It says popped up, Robinson under it. Robinson has it.
Now batting for the Black Tornado, number 11, Reese Thompson.
Had one too many outs there. There are 2 of them now. Yeah, I just don't, the math doesn't add up for me. There's strike 1. Thompson at the plate. 1 for 3. A single. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Ely over 100 pitches in this particular game. And that's the end of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. North Medford continues to lead this one by a count of 5-1 over South Medford. That's on the John L. Scott scoreboard with offices in Medford, Ashland, Eugene.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Ely leads it off in the bottom of the 7th. And here on this Lithia Superstore game of the day, South Medford needs 4. And there's one right to, not to Painter, but to Morgan. 1 away. Johannes. I'll find him here on my list. Johannes is 0 for 1. He did walk. There's strike 1. He's one of 3 walks that Puff has allowed. That's out of foul ball. 0-2. And bounces up to the plate. 1-2. So this is going to make things a little tight for these guys on Saturday. And that gets away, but it's 2-2. Johannes back in there. Ball 3. 3-2. Here comes pitch 100 for Puff. Popped out of play. Still 3-2. And we'll get to all of that on the Know Your Role post-game show. There's a 2-bouncer out to Scheid, who takes it over to Ballard. 2 away. Or 1 away. 2 away. I'm behind on my outs here. 2 away.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 6, Grady Clark.
Clark. Grady Clark. The last hope for the Panthers, unless he gets on base. And can get back to the top of the lineup again. Puff. Strike 1. And you know Puff has been instructed by the coaches. Throw strikes, buddy. Throw strikes. That one's high, though. 1-1. Don't make it easy on them. Puff delivers the 1-1. Strike 2. 1-2. Hey, we're down here to the final strike. At least potentially, huh? There's why we're potentially. As Clark sends it out to right field, and he's on at first base. That with 2 away. South Medford has some runners. Here comes Painter. 0 for 3 today. He struck out. South Medford batters have struck out 4 times so far this day. Walked 3. Hoff looking to get this over with. And there's a shot out to right field. No, can't get there to get it. Johansson misses it. They're going to say stop, and everybody will put the brakes on. Grady Clark's over at third base. Painter stands down at second base.
Panthers, number 8, Douglas.
It looked like Jonathan was going to get over there to get that one, but he didn't. And here comes Coach Wolf. Let's see what's on the mind here. We welcome back the Birch Carpet One of Medford and Grants Pass, and also State Farm Insurance Agent Rory Wold of Medford for partnering with Table Rock Sports again in 2026. Two great additions to our sponsor roster. And we would like to say, well, no, we wouldn't like to say that right now. I would like to say that for almost 50 years, Bill's Glass has been the clear choice in Southern Oregon for your home, vehicle, or business needs. Bill's Glass. They're locally owned, family run. They support our schools and communities. Conversation. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll take a quick break here as they let the warm-ups get on. And you're listening to the Lithia Superstore. Game of the day on TableRockSports.net. Pitching is Thompson now. Poff goes over to third base. Otherwise, the North Medford lineup remains the same. Thompson's in there for one reason. You get a final out. As he continues to warm up. You can discover the vibrant lifestyle at Twin Creeks Retirement in Central Point. Enjoy spacious apartments, gourmet dining, and enriching activities in a welcoming community. Learn more at TwinCreeksRetirement.com. We're ready to go. North Medford puts this in the hands of Reese Thompson. Douglas will try to keep the inning going. 2 on at second and third. 2 out. Thompson delivers. Ball 1. What do they say in baseball? That sometimes the hardest out is the third one. We got a timeout by the umpire. Douglas looks at ball 2. 2-0. Ball 3. That one's high. 3-0. South Medford to pitch away from loading them up. The 3-0, strike one. Let's see if that one helps. Thompson find the strike zone a little more easily. Strike two. All right, we're down to it. One more time. We were down to it a little earlier. It resulted in a base hit. Thompson ready with the 3-2. 2 out, 2 on. Strike three, call. And it's ball game over. As Douglas didn't offer. So North Medford will escape, I think is the word we'll use today. Actually, they pretty well dominated this one. But we'll be back in a moment with the Know Your Role post-game show. Visit travelmedford.org/know your role to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better, and to learn about your sport ground where the West Coast comes to play. We'll be back with a recap right after this on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes, parents,
Community members.
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
And we welcome you back to the Know Your Role post-game show. Let's take a look at what happened here as North Medford wins this one 5-1 thanks to Ben Morgan, who had 3 hits and 4 at-bats. Morgan doubled in the second inning, doubled in the sixth, and singled in the fourth. North Medford got on the board first at the top of the second after an error, scored 1 run. Morgan doubled out, scored 2 runs, and Quincy Ballard singled. That scored a run. Braden Poff earned the win for North Medford. He gave up 6 hits, 1 run over the 6 2/3 inning, striking out 4 and walking 3. Maximus Ely took the loss for South Medford. He went 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, 1 earned on 8 hits, striking out 2 and walking 1. Reese Thompson appeared in relief for North Medford to win this one. North Medford turned 3 double plays in the game. I would say that the other big story here is that South Medford committed 4 errors in the innings 2 and 3, and that pretty well did them in, as they were never really able to recover from that. North Medford and South Medford will play again on Saturday, a doubleheader over at Jim Maccabee Field on the campus of North Medford High School. We will be there on Table Rock Sports with the first game on Saturday. We'd like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. We'd like to thank South Medford High School for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net. You can visit TableRockSports.net to see when our next live high school sports events are scheduled. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard: North Medford 5, South Medford 1. This has been a presentation at TableRockSports.net. Our executive producer is Joe Brett. with Mikhail, I'm Terry Ross saying thanks for watching and good night from Lithia Drive. It's Lithia and Drive Fields. Harry and David Field. We'll get all of that somewhere. In Medford, Oregon is where we have been. I wish you a good night.